That's crazy, man. So you're like a huge influencer. Did the hairiness, was that like a part of the theme to become the influencer?
No, you know what, man? It wasn't. It was really like the focus became. I know you see like the bear on the hat, right? That's kind of like.
Okay.
So for a long time, I was pushing bear homes.
Okay.
So the
Yeah,
hair,
because that theme goes, yeah.
yeah. So in high school, I was in wrestling, and they would call me Bear. So and then right after high school, it was like also.
Yeah,
Right.
also.
But since my name's Robert, I didn't want to go with Bob also, right? Because
Yeah,
it's like
Bob also, yeah.
So I just changed it back to Bear, man, and that's been kind of the theme, and it goes with the hairiness, and my son's middle name is actually Bear, so.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah,
My
bro.
best friend in high school, his name was Grizzly.
No way.
And then the next guy was Cubbies.
Like
Cubs.
like his brother?
His name. But there was 3 of us. We were all pushing 300 pounds.
Oh shoot.
So I had 2 bears, and then they called me Kirby because I was pink because kids are ruthless. Bastards.
Where'd you grow up, man?
East LA.
I gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I grew up like down the street from there, man. South
Okay.
Almani.
South Almani?
Yeah.
But the original Tommy's, isn't that over there?
I think so. The original Tommy's is more like towards Boyle Heights. There is a Tommy's there, like on Valley, but I don't think it's the original one.
Okay.
I know there's like a Tom's
place
there.
is so fucking bomb.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I can't do it anymore. I think I'm getting older.
Yeah.
The carbs and all that. Like,
Are you seeing your diet starting to fluctuate now? You're
well,
like,
bro, I'm starting to feel like I'm one, I'm heavy right now, and then 2, it's like I want to eat a muffin, right, or something,
Yeah.
and I can feel it. I feel bloated. I feel like
How old
sluggish.
are you?
31.
31?
Yeah.
Fuck. I'm 33.
33. Okay, yeah, we're right there.
Yeah, I started realizing that we're the old ones. Like
I
we're
know,
starting to
man.
be the old ones. I went to Palm Springs. It's crazy how like times start to change. Cause now my nephews and nieces, I have a daughter, and I'm like, oh well, those are the kids. We're the old people to them.
Yeah.
But then we're in bed by 10 o'clock, and then the older the people that we thought were the older people that were in their 30s when we were kids, those people are fucking partying, drinking, because they're done.
Yeah, my mom, bro.
Yeah.
She has a better time than I do, man.
Yeah. What time is she still drinking Pacificos at night? Well,
Oh, bro, she's having a good time. Yeah, like me, I'm sober. Like I don't really party that much, so I'm boring, bro. All I do is work, spend time with fam, go to church, and that's it. Like I'm a boring person. Like you don't want me to be your friend, bro.
No, so I lost all my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, the day I said I'm not doing blow or drinking, that was 2018. That's it. I got no more friends. My phone
Really?
stopped ringing on Fridays.
Oh yeah, bro.
Yeah. They're like, what do you mean you don't drink? I'm like, dude, you're our connect for 8 balls. I'm like, oh, fuck, dude, I'm sorry. This is going to really hurt me when I run for president. God
Yeah,
damn.
right, man. Yeah, no, I feel the same way. I stopped drinking because I was getting out of hand, started doing some coke, man, and so now I'm just completely
Because
sober,
you can't drink up to a certain point and then not do coke to keep drinking.
Yeah, then what are you gonna do for the rest of the time?
It's like peanut butter and jam.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, it's like a white woman with a fat ass and a black man.
Yeah, bro, you're gonna fall asleep. You know?
It just goes together. How did you get in the real estate game? So did you stop drinking because you like started killing it in real estate, or like how did that transition happen?
Yeah, I stopped drinking before actually, so I felt a little bit out of place when I first got into real estate because I felt like when I first got in, it was a lot of like, hey, let's mastermind.
When was that?
2017 is when I started like doing my licensing and all that.
Okay. Bet.
So I got licensed in 2017. Got married that same year, but I came in thinking I was gonna be God's gift to real estate, bro, and I wasn't.
Yeah.
I really thought that I was gonna kill it.
What led you to think that?
Just because everybody like you know how usually people they have like this chip on their shoulder, right? That's like nobody believes in me.
Yeah.
Like, nobody thinks I'm gonna get it done.
Yeah, it's called being a Hispanic male.
Yeah. Well, I have the opposite actually. So like all my life I've been told that I can do it. All my life I've been told that like I'm good looking. Like so like nobody can come and tell me that I'm ugly. Even though I'm 260 pounds right now, like I'm heavy.
Yeah.
But like I have that confidence that like my mom gave me. And my mom was 16-year-old single mom, and all my life, no matter what, she would just look at me and like my son is so handsome.
Wow.
And that like
That's so empowering.
Bro, it is.
Yeah.
Because like I look at my son now and I look at him, I'm like, son, you're handsome, dude.
Yeah.
Like, dang, you're so awesome. He goes, you're awesome, Dad. He's like 3 years old, And so I got that from my mom, and my mom didn't even know what she was doing. Like my mom, there's a lot of stuff that like
She's priming you.
yeah, bro. Like there's a lot of stuff that she didn't do well, but that's like one of them that she gave me. And so literally I've always been kind of like led to leadership, and people always been telling me like, no, you're going to do it. Like, you can do this. Right. So it's like, so I came into real estate thinking that, like, my whole family's been telling me I'm going to be successful one day. Right. And I come in and I'm not. Like, it took me 8 months to get my first deal done, bro. And I was like full time door knocking, cold calling. Like, it just wasn't happening, bro. And so it was tough. It was tough when I first got started.
But you had to be building a massive pipeline if you're working full time for 8 months.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of it's like but I wasn't doing it right. Like, I was like just trying to catch that one person that just needs to get it done. So like everybody else was kind of falling off, and it's like, you know, something that we're still kind of dealing with right now. Yeah. It felt like a lot of stuff I was doing was work, but it sometimes it wasn't. You know how as agents you go on, you want to search the MLS. You want to do all of that. And I was doing a lot of that, but I felt like I was grinding out. I was doing open houses 4 times a week, bro. Like I was doing it.
Yeah.
And then I end up kind of my first year, I ended up doing like 12 or 13 transactions. Like, first year of production, I ended up getting Rookie of the Year at the office. It was like a huge office.
Yeah, that's a huge top producer right there.
Yeah, at the time it was, right? Like, it wasn't too bad. And yeah, man, so that's kind of what got me going. So going back to kind of like the drinking part of it, like I came in and I almost like was like by myself, just because everybody would like hang out, have a good time, drink, and I didn't want to like involve myself with that, so I separated myself. So it didn't help me, right? Because I wasn't able to ask the questions, go to the people who are doing it, and I could have just went and not drank. Like, I could have just involved myself and not been like, oh, I'm good, but I didn't want to be that person, especially being new. Yeah. So it did affect me a little bit, but I'm glad I didn't like give into like, yeah, I'm gonna come and hang out and drink.
I think sometimes real estate can be a little culty, like where everyone's trying to fit in so much, and then that's why they have these big events. Like when I actually stopped drinking was in 2018, was because I was at a real estate event. And like 2 major impacts happened at that event where I was going to get nominated to be on the board of NAREP LA. And that's how I thought you were supposed to get business as a loan guy, was you were going to join this organization and become friends with all these realtors, and they were going to feed you. And then I was there, and I had a $100 suit from Hollywood Suit Outlet. And some girl looked at me and goes like, ugh, I would never wear a suit from there. And I was like, dang, Jesus Christ, all right. And then I was sitting at a table, and the panel, like, consistently all the guys were saying, I don't drink, I don't drink, I don't drink. And I was like, at the time, the girl that I took to that event, that was like my college crush. And I was like, man, if I want to be them and I want to get somebody like her, I better not drink. Like, that's a common theme, and it must be to be successful. But to validate what you're saying, then what I realized is when I stopped drinking, I couldn't be a part of the cult anymore. Yeah. I couldn't be a part of their friends, because then they would go out to bars or they would want to go out and drink. And then I was like, oh, I fucking quit drinking. I can't. Yeah. You don't want that temptation. I can't participate. And they go happy hour, and it's like, well, I got to go to the office. Yeah. I don't have to go originate loans. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I feel you on that, man.
So it's interesting to have that perspective. So like, what do you think that shift was that went from 8 months not producing? I got my first one. Now I'm Rookie of the Year. What was that change that got you to start taking on business?
I think it was just persistence, man. One, my wife was like really the backbone to it. Where I had just proposed to her. I've always been the type of person that just overcommits and I figure out the rest later. Like, I lived my whole life by that. Like, I'm not gonna let something stop me. So I overcommitted, and my wife was like, hey, my wife is my biggest fan, man. So she kept like sending me her friends, like, hey, oh, this person's interested. This person's interested. So that was one thing. Like, to her credit, like she fed me some people, and they actually materialized.
That's amazing.
And then right, because like your sphere of influence, that's where you want to hit first, and she did a good job of doing that for me. And then second was just being out there, door knocking, open houses. And it was just literally persistence, man. Like, I was not gonna take a no for an answer. I did have to get a little job for a bit doing Lyft. And I would I would wake up at 5 a.m.
That's awesome.
Right. And do Lyft, take everyone to work, to school. And then I'll take a break, do emails, call people. And then I wouldn't get home till like 8 o'clock at night. And I would be all over Los Angeles. And I'm like oh, I'm going to talk to this person about real estate. And they know if you're doing Lyft that you're not doing too well in real estate.
Right.
But I was able to have those conversations and just kind of work on my craft, right? And that's kind of where the shift came. It's like, I don't want to be the realtor who's doing Lyft anymore. I did have to like bite like, or, you know, take an ego hit, right? Because I would literally, when you do Lyft, you got to tape the thing to your car.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
And it's like not coming off. So what I did, instead of taping the thing to my car, I put actual tape around it, and then I would tape it to the car. I would do Lyft, and then when I would go to the office, I'd rip it off, right? But I was willing to do whatever it took not to quit, right? And then so that kind of led me to just persistence, man. And I got in, and I got one deal, and then I got the next deal, and then I got my first my first listing from door knocking, and then they purchased something else, and then it was open houses. And then I had somebody walk in, a cash buyer, and then I had an off-market listing that hadn't gone live yet. Got them connected. There's 2 deals there, and it's just like if you do something and you're persistent enough, like it's gonna happen, man. So, and that was just my belief.
And that's a quality that is very overlooked nowadays.
Yeah,
To be consistent and to be that hard-headed. That's funny because you just reenacted my entire story.
crazy, man.
So that's my entire story. I go up to Seattle. That's where I started my career. And then when I got there, I was going to work for a bank that was starting a mortgage division. The guy who hires me goes down with cancer. So now I'm in a state where I know no person, I don't know mortgages, and my bank just started a mortgage division. So they don't even know what they're doing.
Oh, shoot.
So I would wake up, go to the gym, drive for Uber. My parking was $28 at the Russell Investment Center.
Oh, my gosh.
So I knew I had to make money to pay for parking. So then I can put on a suit and go upstairs to the 27th floor where all the JP Morgan Chase financial investors were at, and Zillow was in the same building, and then work for 8 hours, and then go back downstairs, slide my Uber thing to the front of the car, and then turn on my Uber app and drive for 4 or 5 hours. And then did that, and then on weekends go clean boats in Seattle in the winter, which
Bro.
was a fucking beast to power wash boats in the
Yeah.
night. I still remember how cold that was. Like, I'll never forget my fingers cramping as I'm trying to like clean in between wedges. And but man, then you get your first one, and then your second, and then you get your third. And I remember sitting at IHOP one day. It was 2 a.m, and I had just driven somebody. It was a West Seattle. I forget where the destination was. I can picture myself driving back, going, I'm going to go to IHOP. And when I turn off my Uber app, that'll be the last time I turn on Uber.
Yeah.
And then I just had dinner by myself, turned it off, and I said, I'm out. And that was it. And it was like, here we go.
That's it.
And that was it.
Yeah.
But I'm so grateful for that experience. And then I see all the people that are in the industry right now struggling. And I've told so many people, go work for Uber.
Yeah.
Just get a side hustle. You have an income problem. You don't have a debt problem. You have an income problem right now. The whole industry is going through it. If you got to start producing and you got to bring income somehow, there's no shame in driving for Uber, driving for Lyft, doing food delivery, whatever it is. Like, you seem like you're blessed like I am to where you never have to do that again. You know, but fuck, if I had to, I had to.
You have to, bro.
You know?
Yeah. And, you know, we, like, with that story, man, it's just, it hits home like, yeah, like you're saying, if you have to do whatever it takes. And and if that's you waking up and only sleeping 4 hours,
And that's what it takes.
that's what it takes, man. Go do it. Like, there's too many people in this industry, bro, that are just like, oh, it didn't work. It's like, well, how much were you actually working? Right? Like, how many hours were you actually putting in on the phones? Right? Who did you get around that's like, yeah, here, I got these leads. Like, call them. Like, there's people like me, right? I need more realtors to call more leads. Like, that's just an issue I have. And there's more people out there like me, right? And it's like, get around those people and then go do the Lyft. Go do Grubhub, right?
Yeah, go do anything. We just brought on a girl to our team who's been blowing up on TikTok. And she's got more leads than she knows what to do with. And so I've been helping her create a system and a funnel for it. And we're setting up her follow-up boss. That's a CRM we like to use. And it's like, okay, now I have my guys calling. But even then, yesterday I had a call with one of my loan officers like, hey, she shot you 35 leads. What is happening with these 35 leads? Why are they not dispositioned yet? So then there's also the training, right? But it's like, how badly do you want it?
Yeah.
How badly do you want to sit there and stay on the phones? How badly do you want to go to an open house? I get it. It sucks to cold call. It sucks to have that anxiety in the pit of your stomach to be like, this person's going to tell me off on the phone. But fuck it, that call, you're now closer to a $10,000 commission check. And that's what people in our industry, I don't think they realize. Like, let's just say you close one transaction at $500,000 and they're paying 2%, that's 10 grand. Say after your split, you net 8,000. That's on 1099 income, that's post-tax. So the reality is you got $12,000 as a regular job. That'd be a $72,000 a year job working for 2 months straight.
Yeah.
So if they were to put in, can they put in 40, 160, 320 hours to get one commission check? That one transaction off of 320 hours of work would be the same as a $72,000 a year salary, which is what teachers make.
Yeah.
Like, how much easier is it to get that one transaction versus working 320 hours, trading your time for money?
And you're doing it for yourself, man.
And exactly. And you get to do fun stuff like this or whatever. And
Yeah.
maybe this isn't productive to work other than building a relationship. There'll probably be a day where Eddie does a deal for you that somebody else can't do.
Yeah.
That the new build can't do.
Yeah.
I've become the go-to for Pulte Homes for Darla over there. She sends me all their denials.
Yeah, man. No, I mean we're in one right now, so we're gonna get it done too. So that's how we met.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Well, I'm super proud of you. So, what's been the transition like for you to now? You said you have so many leads, you need realtors to start calling on them. Are you building a team? Like, what's that next phase? And what was that intermediate between your rookie of the year to where you're at now as being a top producer?
Yeah, man. So right after rookie of the year, I got in a slump. Like I didn't enjoy selling homes.
That's called the sophomore slump.
Yeah, bro. Sophomore slump, 100%, man.
Yeah.
So I sold like one house in 7 months after that. And it's just like after getting rookie of the year, I felt good, but I felt like I wasn't getting much help. So I ended up going to another office and then ended up going back to
What
the
brokerages?
office. So I went from Remax Top Producers to Century 21 Culture.
Okay.
And then nothing wrong with Century 21 Culture, but at the time they had merged with another office. But the top guy there was doing like 17 deals a year.
Yeah, that's not enough.
Yeah, and I was just like, there's no way. Like, why did I make this change? Like, the guys on the other office are doing hundreds of deals.
Yeah.
Like, I should have just
Is that
stood there.
Christian Fuentes?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, Christian's a beast.
Yeah, he's a beast, man. Yeah, no, he's got it locked in, man.
Mm-hmm.
I have so much respect for the guy, even though I'm not part of that brokerage anymore. Like, what he's built with his accent and everything, like he talks about, it's like, it's amazing. Bro.
All them dudes in LA, like I know personally from NAREP, Christian Fuentes, Edon Acevedo, Michael Yoka.
Yeah.
Beast, and you'd never expect it.
Yeah, man. No, awesome guys, man. So, and then going back, and I'm doing pretty decent. And then I started doing social media. And Christian Fuentes actually would always tell me, he's like, bro, your videos are great. Like, you got to do more. And I was like, I'm posting 2-3 times a week. Like, how much more do you want me to do? He's like, you have to do more. Yeah. And it's crazy because a lot of agents don't understand that, like, what you're doing right now, it's not always going to be enough. And there's always more you can do to be more productive. And that's what he was trying to tell me. It's like, yeah, you're doing okay, but you're not really seeing the results because you haven't gone all in. And so when I decided to go all in, I started doing when Reels came out, and I started doing home tours. So I was actually doing home tours on my stories. You know how we got the 60 seconds, and they'll break it up into 15, and I'll just go as fast as I could, boom, 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 into the house, show it, throw it on my story. Nothing came out of it, but I was building that muscle of posting on my stories all the time, doing the home tours. And then Reels came out on IG, and
shout out to TikTok.
Yeah, I wasn't even on TikTok.
Okay.
So this was IG. But it became IG Reels because of TikTok, right?
Correct.
But I was on TikTok, and I was just like, I don't really care for it. So I started doing, like, I was really focused on IG. Reels came out. I started pushing content, and I was like, oh, shoot. Like, one of my videos hit, like, 50,000 views. And I was like, what the heck? And all these, like, started getting followers. And then I started doing another one. Boom, another 50,000, 100,000. And it's just like 500 followers a day. And I was like, what is this? And then I started getting leads coming into my CRM. And I'm like, this is insane. So all of a sudden, I'm, like, having all these conversations. And I'm trying to figure this all out. Because I've only been a 15 to 20 producer at the time. Like, that was like, my max, right? And I was just doing that. And then I threw it out there because I started getting a pretty good following. I had, like, hit, like, maybe 12,000 followers at the time for a realtor. It's not too bad, right?
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and then I was like, hey, I need help. Like, any realtors out there that want to join my team, I don't know how, like, I threw it out there. Like, I don't know what I'm doing, but if you want to join the team, I got a lot of leads. Because at one point, I had, like, 14 pre-approved buyers, like ready to go. But it was during that market where it was kind of tough.
Yeah.
So I started getting all these leads coming in, and we started just kind of building the team around the leads coming in. And that's what has got us where we're at today, because now we're probably averaging about like 585 leads per month.
That's incredible.
Coming in from social media. And we're still trying to figure it out, but you know, we've been growing. Last year we only closed 32 deals. This year in a soft market, like we're going to be over 100. And it all came from just literally going all in on social media, man. So that's where we're at now.
Social media is a ticket, man. It's tough. It's been tough on the loan side to make the social media pop. So I'm big on Google PPC funnels.
Yeah.
So that's been really a big transition. But I think for the real estate agents, because you're able to go a little bit more viral because of the home tours, man, that's money.
Yeah.
And that's just what to do with all those people, because then you got to manage diminishing returns.
Yeah.
Right, where you have so much that people are just like, they don't realize that every lead is so important, because in that 500, I mean, there is so much gold in it.
Yeah, bro.
It's probably untapped. Do you have any virtual assistants? Like, do you have?
Yeah. So we have a few VAs. We have 3 VAs on the like Instagram side of it, where they're like commenting back, messaging people. Not my personal stuff like that. I have in a different section, but they're doing all the comments, messages, getting people's contact, entering them into the CRM. So they do all of that for us, and then we have a full-time editor that edits majority of our videos. Right now, I still do some of the editing just because like I get impatient and I just want something up and I could do it quick.
Yeah.
So I will do some of the stuff myself. And then we just hired on another VA that's actually calling now. So like an ISA, but
Okay.
part-time right now. So we're just trying to figure that out.
How many agents are on your team?
There's 11 of us right now.
There's 11 agents.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So some are kind of part-time right now.
Yeah.
There's probably like 5 or 6 of us that are really, really getting after it. The other 4 or 5, they have some catching up to do. It's just the reality of it, you know, like.
So you got like 5 or 6 of you going full time, going heavy. Are they just living off of your content and your leads, or are they independent producers?
No, I have one guy that he has an incredible page. His name's Reyes Avalos. He's Mr. Real Estate on IG.
Okay.
He has even more followers than I do now.
Let's go.
So he does a lot. He's always had a killer page, man, but we've actually like helped him get to like being efficient. Because there's one thing of posting like content and being an influencer, and there's actually another like, hey, I'm posting content. Yeah, I'm an influencer, and that's cool and stuff, but I'm actually getting business from it. Most people don't know how to convert these leads,
Right.
and we do. So we have Reyes Abelos, Mr. Real Estate. He does a great job. And then we have my partner, Jeffrey, Jeff G, the 6'6" guy that I was telling you about. So he's like the cash cow right now. So his page with the new construction is like just going like
Viral.
Bro, bonkers, man.
Yeah, the new construction content is huge.
Yeah. So
I think next week I'm gonna try to go do a podcast inside a new construction. I'm trying to set that up.
Yeah, bro. It's like these builders come to him and we get so many eyes on it, bro. I did a drone shot. It was a 15-second drone shot that I edited. It took me 15 minutes to complete, maybe with recording, editing, and everything. And I looked at it right before I walked in, and in 3 days, it's at 440,000 views, bro.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So, and then I haven't even checked how many leads have come from the actual post itself. And it's not like people that are like hot, but it's somebody like we can continue to market to.
Right.
And then also have the opportunity to even jump on the phone with them and be like, hey, looking to do something?
You're building a massive database.
Yeah. So we went from having nothing to a couple years, like we're almost like at a $12,000 person database.
That's worth more than 12,000.
Yeah. Well, 12,000 person database.
Oh, yeah. No, I know.
Yeah.
I was interjecting a joke. It just, the delivery wasn't good.
Yeah. Oh, about the dollar. Yeah. So but we've been able to build that without having run ads. Like we run 0 ads.
See, that's incredible. I think that's what hurt, aside from me going political, because I do have political aspirations. So I'm already setting up for the next phase of what I want to do.
Yeah.
But, and so that's why my page hasn't been consistent with real estate. But at the same token, like me running ads, me always going into PPC, me running Instagram, like funnels. I think Instagram goes, this guy's willing to pay for it.
Yeah.
So let's hurt his organic.
Yep.
But we'll figure out the algorithm as we go
Yeah,
through it.
we're talking about that on the way over here. We were having a meeting with these title reps, and they're like, "Well, why don't you guys run ads?" And I was like, "We don't want to touch it." Like, I ran an ad yesterday for the first time on TikTok,
Yeah.
just to try it. It was like $50, and literally, I was like at Disneyland with my family, so I was just like, I want to do something. I can't stop working.
Yeah.
So we're like eating dinner, and I was like, I like this video. Let me just run an ad on it. But I don't know what the results are going to be. It's literally our first ad on TikTok, so we'll see.
I mean, if you're already pushing all that organic traffic.
Yeah, and then our TikTok doesn't do like great either.
Has Instagram already asked you to get monetized?
So I used to be monetized on my personal page, but so I'm shifting my personal page. I was like getting mad like views and everything. So right now I'm actually losing followers right now, losing a little bit of engagement because I'm shifting from being like the realtor to more of like agent attraction influencer type. Like that's the route I want to go with that page. So I've been losing a little bit of followers. My engagement's not great right now. I'm still trying to figure it out, but my my team page is the one that's been blowing up. So that's kind of what we've been running with.
So your team page highlights all of the agents together.
Correct. Yeah.
No, that's smart.
Yeah. So we go out, create content, and then I have somebody who posts for us, and they're just posting 4 or 5 times a day.
That's that's smart. I may have to ask you for a connection because that's one of the things that I've been telling these guys is we should create a breakthrough mortgage team page, and we'll just create like funny real estate content on the loan side because the loan side's so boring.
Yeah.
No one wants to hear about interest rates. They're so boring.
Well, the thing is, bro, when it comes to like creating content, it's just like you're showing a lot of the obvious stuff. You're saying a lot of the same stuff, but you're saying it different ways and in different environments.
Gotcha.
Right. So that's the biggest thing with us because most of the things that we actually share of value are going to be like lender stuff. Like the stuff that we share that's like actually of value. It's like when people have questions about lending, right? Like I did one in this video. I just use this video over and over. Hey, I could not this is not how you would start, but like credit. It's like something that's always super, important to be able to get a loan. You should have a credit score of 680, right? Like somewhere 660, 680. You can do something as low as, 620, 640 is going to put you in a pretty decent spot. There's lenders that go as low as 580, but you're going to pay for it, right? If you're anything above 740, you're golden because people have those questions, right? You make that into a 20-second video, and then I just reuse that video over and over. So in that video, I have no hair in the back. I have no mullet, and I just use it all the time, and it works.
And so you just keep reposting it.
Yeah, every few months, and then I could redo it.
Right.
But it's like this video works. Like I just keep using it. So
that's incredible.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Angelica was telling me like, oh, your videos are a little too long, so you need to just shorten them so that you can get the rewatch time.
Yeah, and I think one thing that you have more of a serious tone, right? Like your tone's a little bit more laid back, it's serious. You're like a little quiet. So sometimes, like because we work with a couple of clients, we help them with their social media, and it's just like being a little bit more excited, like out there. Like you just gotta like be in somebody's face, right? And some people struggle with that, like being in somebody's face. But like I have one guy like that, he was just like really laid back, talking, and then I kind of had to look at him like, Jared, like give me some more energy. And then he did it. He's like popped out of like the side of the wall. And it's cheesy, but that's going to be far more engaging than you just sitting there talking about ADUs because he does ADUs.
Okay.
Right? And then it's just like, yeah, well, popcorn ceiling. And then he went from like talking about popcorn ceiling to the biggest debate, popcorn ceiling or not, something like that. And that's like the difference in a lot of people's content, man. So
yeah, it's pretty exciting, man. Yeah, I'm gonna go through your pages and really try to steal some ideas there for you.
And that's what it is, bro.
Yeah, because I love like there's stuff I post because I'm friends with a lot of lenders that are pretty big influencers as well, and then I'll steal their stuff. But then I also see them steal my stuff. Yeah. I actually feel great when I see like Decker or What's a Mortgage steal my stuff because I'll post it first and I'll like screenshot it, be like, no, I got you before. But vice versa, then I'll see them post and I'll be like, okay.
Yeah,
I'm going to steal this from them.
And that's all it is, bro. There's nothing that we can say out there that nobody already knows.
Yeah.
Like, all the information's out there.
Dude, the date the rate and bury the home thing, it was frustrating me so bad. I was seeing it all over. I was like, I'm going to have to do this.
Yeah. Yeah. After a while, you do have to be careful because, like, the consumer hears it so much, they're like, oh my gosh, here we go, another lender, another realtor talking about dating the rate, right? But we do need to get that message out there,
Right.
But you do also want to try to be like early on. You don't want to be late.
Right.
So it's like, oh man, that battle is like.
How do you integrate like trending audios, or like, do you do any voiceovers?
We do voiceovers on the home tours.
Okay.
They work really well. We use InShot, so I just get my mic, my Rode mic, talk into it, and it's really nothing like I just talk about the actual property, right? One thing that's working for us right now too is we grab our GoPro and we get with the mic and we're like doing a walkthrough and we're just pointing at like the important stuff. It's like people already know, but it's just a little bit more engaging when there's a finger in there.
That's
right?
like what's that? The shooter games with the gun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I'm just like talking.
Playing Call of Duty.
Yeah, and just pointing. And those videos do stupid sometimes, like crazy. I had one that's like got like 150,000 views, bro, just from me pointing.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's been nuts for us to see. Like I told you early on, we started to go viral pretty quickly. Like I had one crypto video go to like 1.6. I think we're like at 2.2 on it right now.
Dang.
And it was just like my followers like blew up. That I actually found out I had a TikTok because of this video. Because Jaden, who's my media guy, created all kinds of social media pages for me. I had no idea he did. And I was anti-TikTok. So he did it without me knowing.
Good.
And then he's like, hey, he goes, check TikTok. And I go, I don't have one. And he goes, log in with this. And I went to 10,000 followers overnight. And that video just created us.
That's crazy, man.
But to go into your point where you said people don't know how to get business on social media, I think that's where we're at. We don't know how to get organic business on social media.
Yeah, it's a lot of so where a lot of I think agents they fail is, you know, the whole like Gary Vee talks about is the hook jab. I mean the jab hook.
Yeah.
Right? So if we go with the jab hook, we're constantly jabbing, right? But we're also hooking like a few times a week. So we're going to jab probably, 20 times, maybe 25 times a week, and then we're hooking 3 or 4 times a week. So we're constantly asking for business.
Describe what a jab is and what a hook is.
Yeah, so a jab would be the home tour.
Okay.
Right, the home tour of being out, going out, doing a nice little home tour. That's the candy. The hook is us coming and saying, hey, you seen this home tour? Right? Book a 15-minute call with us. We want to be able to be the person to help you out. Okay, another one, value, right? We're talking, hey, this community, beautiful community in the city of Winchester, priced at $550,000, right? It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. We have the insight where you can get one by September, let's just say, right? Like we just say that, right? We just leave that. Okay, boom, we put it out there. Now, next vid, a couple of days later, we'll have a hook. Hey, the hook is going to be, hey, we have this great move-in. Book a 15-minute call with us so we can get you all the information on there and we can get you into this home. And that's going to be our hook, right? It's like constantly asking for people to reach out to us.
Gotcha.
And that's what it is. So majority of our business comes from the people who actually book that 15-minute consultation. So we have a link in our description, right? We use beacons.
Okay.
And they have book a call. And we go on there, you go on my page, that book a call is bouncing. The little tab is bouncing. So they know to click on it. They book that call and it's going to go to our ISA. They're going to make the call and then they're going to get it out to whatever agent they need to get it out to.
Interesting.
Yeah. Or we always have call to actions. Book a 15-minute call on every single one of our posts. Book a 15-minute call. Click the link in our bio to search more homes, right? And a text code for the majority of the time. Hey, we text SB to our phone number for more details. And they text that. Now we got the contact going into our CRM. Now our ISA calls them. It's a potential, right? Like we don't know how serious they are because there's a lot of looky-loos, but
right.
That's how we get our leads, man.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
that's
easy.
a good system.
Yeah.
How many times are you posting a day, and like, or do you specify a certain time per day? So like, say Mondays we post at 12, 2, and 5.
No, I don't worry about time.
Okay.
I worry about just getting it out there. So my biggest thing is get it out. And if I forgot to do another post and it's 10:30 at night, I'm gonna get it out no matter what.
How many posts per day?
I want to say we're probably around 3 to 6 on a good day. We're probably like on a bad day it's 3. Yeah.
Are you posting all reels? All 6 are reels? Are you doing carousels? Are you doing photos?
Few photos. We'll get about, I don't know, 5 to 10 photos, like carousels of like listings a week. Nothing too crazy.
Okay.
But for the most part, it's reels.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're going on all the platforms.
That's incredible. And you're doing the same reel post on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube Short.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's awesome. And you don't get any pushback because that same reel is going on all the different platforms.
No, our focus is Instagram.
Yeah.
So we're just throwing everything out there because if we do, like, if we ever have to make a pivot, like, we already have stuff on there.
Yeah.
And then we'll focus on whatever, like, we'll cater to that actual platform. Right now, the platform that works for us is Instagram. We'll get majority of our business from there. So until the day comes where Instagram's like, you know, like, hey, we're not, like, they just change something that we can't control. It's like, all right, we'll just go to the next platform and then pivot to cater to that platform and what we just got to learn, right, at that point. So, yeah, it's just about, it's always about pivoting, bro. Like, we've had to pivot so many times already, and that's where agents don't. They're so stuck.
Describe one of the pivots that you had to make.
New construction. That's just the biggest thing, right? It got really tough with resale, low inventory.
Yep.
We had been pushing new construction. And here's another thing, right? We got like this new construction thing. My partner, Jeff, had been pushing it for like 8-9 months without one deal being closed. And he would go out there, film all his new construction for months. Nothing came of it. That pivot came, boom, it just took off.
Exploded.
Yeah. And it's just, that's all it took, but it was consistency. And I was like, Jeff, like, this ain't working, man. Like, we got to figure something out, bro. Like, you're just posting on new construction. We haven't got one. And we became the new construction experts just by being consistent. And then we made everyone else believe we're new construction experts. And then once we started helping people, we became the new construction experts. Like, now we really are. Yeah. But for a while we weren't. We just, like, here's the thing with these platforms, bro. Like, you can literally become whoever you want. Yeah. Like, if you put it out there and you're consistent enough, and then you follow through, you know, with what you say, I could become a luxury agent in 18 months.
100.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, being in the luxury space, I was partnering with some of the top agents in La Cresta. You would have no competition. If you went into luxury, you'd have no competition. At least luxury out here, you would dominate it in 6 months, even sooner. Like, there's nobody. And then, like, go to La Cresta to shoot content and, like, drive around and see the open house signs, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Well, and here's the thing is you attract whatever you put out there, right? Yeah. So whatever you put out there, like, if all I'm talking about is like zero down, right?
That's what you're gonna get.
That's what we're gonna get. We're gonna get those type of people, and that's okay. Like, if that's, like, there's people who niche down and they do great on that, right? So now it's like, hey, well, we got something going, right? What if we just pivot to like 900,000 to 1.5? And let's just see what we do there. And then now we start locking in this 1.2s, 1.1, a million. And we're like, oh, shoot, we can do this. Yeah. And it's like, all right, well, what's the next move? To like 1.5 to 3. Like, there's no one really doing much there.
No one. Nope.
And we know we're willing to put in the time without seeing the results for a long time. Because when it comes, it's going to come. Yeah. Right? So right now we're just putting everything together. So when the market does get good, like, we're already doing okay. When it gets good, bro, that's game over, man.
Yeah, it's unstoppable. Yeah. Then you're just going to have a scaling issue.
Yeah.
But that's not that difficult. There's so many agents looking for jobs and looking for leads.
Yeah. And we have the golden goose.
Yeah.
And I believe that.
I've been meaning to ask you, Sedano Realty team.
Yeah.
Like, where is that your own brokerage or?
It's my team. So
it's your team?
Sedano is my last name.
Okay.
Yeah.
But where is that under?
Real brokerage.
Real?
Yeah.
How do you like Real?
Love it, bro. Like, it's just.
Why are you in Real and not EXP?
So I was with EXP.
Okay.
Came from EXP, went to Real. I think EXP is a great platform. Sometimes there's certain things with EXP that are better than Real, I would say.
What's better with EXP?
With EXP, they're just a little bit more seasoned. Yeah. So they have more systems in place to be able to, like, yeah, we got this locked down. Like, we can get this done. Right? With Real, it's like, hey, I got to reach out to somebody. It's like, well, we got to get to this person. Like, they're still trying to figure things out, which is fine. I'm good with that.
Yeah. Is it still the same, like, multi-level marketing type of?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know MLM's kind of like a bad word.
No, absolutely not. It's a great thing.
Yeah, I think it's an amazing thing. And it's an opportunity for people because that was my issue with RE/MAX, right? I was with RE/MAX and I was like, people were asking me, how's your office? And I was like, bro, I love my office. My office is great. Like, Christian Fuentes and their team is amazing. But I have no incentive to bring those people in. Zero. Because now, if I bring them in, they're going to be bugging me. Mm-hmm. And there's zero incentive, right? Maybe Christian's going to give me $1,000 referral fee. if they produce a certain amount.
Yeah.
Cool. Like, that's okay. But that's not what I wanted. And I also looked at some of the guys on there, and nothing wrong with, you know, being 50, 60 years old and still doing open houses. And I looked at that and I was like, I just don't want to do that. Like, I already really don't enjoy selling homes. Like, it's really not my favorite thing. I enjoy investing into people. I enjoy helping people grow their business.
Yeah.
Right. I want to see a realtor and be like, bro, like you come from nothing like me, and I want to help you win. Like, we've seen it all. Like, I came from Section 8. We've been broke. Right. When I first was doing real estate, I had $22 in my pocket. Like, and I had got married already. So I'm married. I'm supposed to be a provider. I have $22 in my pocket. Like, I've been through it, bro. I can help you. And then so I seen the value of joining an EXP, a Real, right? And now with Real, because at EXP, we're like clawing, trying to get attention from somebody. We got all these leads. Like, we have this big, good problem. Somebody help us, and nobody was helping us. And then so we got hooked up with these guys from Real. And we're going to triple, quadruple our business this year just from making that switch.
That's incredible.
In a down market.
Yeah.
And the people we bring on, they have the opportunity to also bring on people and get residual income off.
Yeah,
of
and
it.
the downlines aren't so stacked like they are at EXP.
Yeah, bro.
I've been pushing people to go to Real.
Yeah.
One of my best referral partners are up in NorCal.
Yeah.
And these girls went from their independent brokerage to Real, and they're raving about it. And then my buddy down in Hollywood, he's an independent broker, and I was like, you got to go to one of the online platforms. I think EXP's too inundated. There's too much competition even within the platform. I was like, check out Real, dude. Like, I think that's the move.
Yeah, and people have a bad taste in their, in their mouth about like some of the people who have tried to attract them to EXP. And again, I think EXP is great, but I felt like Real wasn't like it's still kind of in its baby stages, and I'm good with that. I love that.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think that's the right move, man. For agents is going to the online brokerages. That's the new model, the cloud-based model. I think brick and mortars toast. Even like, I love. I don't know if you heard of Patrick Bet-David or
yeah.
So when I look at that dude, and he talks about how he blew up PHP agency, and he goes, I was looking for something that was wrong in the insurance agency. And then he starts talking about all the technology he started bringing in, all the online, the social media, and the cohort that he created within his company to say, I'm going after women and males, mostly women within the 25 to 35 range. And I look at our industry and I look at the big players and I see, okay, you guys are getting phased out. The brick and mortar is getting phased out. Okay, what's next? Right. So I'm relatively young to be a producer in the loan industry. Yeah. Right. Like most guys, I went to a Todd Duncan event who's like the god of lending, and everyone had white hair. And it's like, okay, my team is really young comparative to most of the loan industry. And now it's like, okay, I believe that the brick and mortar side, even of the loans, is going to get toasted. There's still no like MLM type level in lending. I'm sure it's coming. Yeah. I think in the real estate side, you guys are always 2-3 steps ahead than we are on the lending side. But I believe that that's the right model. Yeah. Real EXP and then whatever comes in the future.
Yeah, and I can see that, man. And I can see teams going to, like, teams are going to be it, right? Like the solo agent, and just in my opinion, I feel like that's going to get phased out. Like if you're a solo agent, there's going to be some that are still producing, but most people are going to be part of a team that come 5-10 years, right? Like, and there's going to even be most people going to be W-2s. That's just what I think.
I think that the Pareto principles really reflect, the Pareto principle, the 80-20 rule. Yeah. So I think that's really prominent in real estate, and it's really a 95-5, maybe a 99-1. Yeah. And that's where the team dynamics is. So I was asking, are you producing, or is everyone just kind of living off of your own transactions? I think that's where it's going. There's going to be the head of the snake who's got the big following, who's got the media push, and then everything trickles underneath them. Yeah. No. Or her, however the fuck they identify.
Yeah. Let's not get into that one, bro. Get you in more trouble, man.
Dude, I've every day I get a snippet from somebody in compliance that's like, can you please take this down? And I stopped responding at this point. Yeah. Like, fire me. Yeah. Fire me. I don't care anymore.
Yeah, I think that's one of like Brian Casella. Do you know who he is?
No, I don't know.
Okay, so he was like a pretty decent player in EXP, and he left because they kept telling him like, you got to take this stuff down. Like, you should look him. You'll like him. He's kind of crazy though.
I love crazy.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Brian Casella.
Brian Casella.
Yeah, he was originally like in that Hacienda Heights area, Rolling Heights area.
Okay, yeah.
And now he's like, I think in Florida. So he has a pretty decent sized team.
That's incredible.
Yeah, he's a killer, bro. But like, some of the stuff he says, like, I agree with a lot of it, but he's a little wacky.
Yeah.
I could do wacky. I'm good with that. But some of the stuff is like, all right, bro, like, I'm not going to. Like,
too much.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, I think that most people are very consistent in their thought pattern.
yeah.
I think that when John Locke created the social contract, I think that, which is now the golden rule, treat others as you want to be treated.
Yeah.
I think that was so powerful, and we forgot about it. And then you had some loud voices that were a minority that really became prominent because of social media. Maybe they were a little younger, so they knew how to use the platforms, and you had the clickbait. But now the guys like yourself, like myself, people who have character and have values, and like, we're pretty tolerant because we say they're just wackadoodles and they can say whatever they want. It's not going to impact our lives. Why should I react? But then once they started coming after the kids, once they started coming after the moms, now they started coming after, males, and then they started coming after our livelihood. Now we stand up.
Yeah.
The problem is when we stand up, we don't just stand up and yell. We take action. And that's the difference between the loud and the people like us who are the majority.
Yeah, we are the majority.
We take action.
Yeah, I agree.
And now we're taking action, and now it's like a bunch of pushback. And before I start going into my political views, because that's coming in 2028, we'll call it quits.
Cool, man.
Brother, this was so fun, man. Welcome anytime. We do this whenever you want.
Yeah, I love it, bro.
Hell yeah, brother. Thank you.
Appreciate it.